Hello, my name is Jim Heal and I'm a member of the School Leadership Programme at the Harvard Graduate School of Education. This is my pitch proposal for the forthcoming Hive pitch competition, and the name of the idea is MetaCogs. The idea of MetaCogs first came about as a result of my own frustrations in current online learning platforms and practices. I noticed that whenever I was invited to contribute to a learning community online, the platform was only ever a linear chain of posts. This made life quite difficult, because if I wanted to get a sense of the entire discussion, then I would have to click and scroll my way back through the information in order to access a sense of what was being said in a holistic capacity. At the same time as this process, I also was doing research into the Harkness pedagogy at Phillips Exeter Academy, which for the last 2 years I've been looking at. It's a dialogic form of learning in which students drive their own learning experience and inquiry through dialogue and collaborative work around tables. I noticed that the very best learners in this context were the ones that offered a metacognitive tag within their utterances. So, for example, a student might say, "I'd like to link what you've just said back to something else," or "I'd like to unpack what you've just said," or offer an alternate perspective, or zoom in on something with greater detail. And we noticed that the moments in the discussions that move the discussions forward in meaningful ways often had these kind of little metacognitive moments that indicated to the people around the speaker where they were coming from, but also showed that the speaker themselves had considered the manner of their contribution to the discussion. So I figured, what would happen if we took that kind of work and placed it in an online context? And that's what MetaCogs essentially is. It's an online learning space in which people can join remotely to share their thoughts around a particular topic, idea, or learning outcome. In order to contribute to the discussion, you must click and drag one of these cogs, which could be one of these, exactly the same as I just suggested, the prompts, the metacognitive prompts: add, challenge, link, zoom, unpack, whatever it might be, from a menu on the side into the learning space to create a bubble. Anything that you write in that bubble will be tagged with the metacognitive tag that you chose in the first instance. What you can then do is start to build chains and connections of bubbles. So if there were 5 people in the discussion, then each of them in turn could be adding and developing something that would look close to a fluid mind map. But the crucial thing is that every time that they type an utterance, they're being invited to think carefully about the type of utterance that they're choosing to contribute. This does 2 things. It means that everyone can see with greater detail than before exactly what other people were thinking when they wrote. You don't just get to see the what of their comment, you get to see the how and why of their comment. The second thing is that it invites metacognitive and deeper critical thinking at the point of contribution. And I've certainly in my work in the real world seen that this enables students to become better critical thinkers. So the research does support the theory in that respect. The final thing that it does that is of interest to the user is that it enables you to run diagnostics at the end of the process. So if it was after one lesson or one interaction or one discussion or 10, you could click on a data creation button that would run the numbers, and it would enable a teacher or a facilitator to see, for example, that a particular student was very often challenging other students, but very rarely supported what they had to say with evidence as a result. The users are tagging as they go, and in so doing, generating data that would be very useful in assessment for learning terms. I was lucky enough to take this to the recent Harvard Kennedy School pitch competition, Tech for Democracy, in which it came in 2nd place, and I'd like to have the opportunity to see what other people think of what I think is a powerful idea that could change the way that online learning happens. Thank you very much, and I look forward to hearing from you soon and hopefully seeing you at the event itself. Thank you.